This beautiful young man arrives at a house and touches the intercom. It seems that he knows what he is doing and is looking from side to side suspiciously. A beautiful young woman then arrives and opens the door to him running. She is in quite a hurry. The man then enters happy and rubs his hands of excitement. She gives a check outside, and they begin to kiss without stopping, seem to be with a lot of desire one another. They then dock on the couch of the house without any concern. Moments later, another fat man arrives at the house. He seems to live there, because he has already entered. The boy then pretends that he is saving the girl, until her husband is frightened and comes running and says, "What is going on here?" And the other man says, "Neighbor, I arrived and she was already like that. She has fainted," and then she gets up and says, "Honey, don't worry, I'm much better." And her desperate husband says, "Let's go to the hospital, my love," and she shamelessly says, "I was in bad shape, but suddenly the neighbor came and saved me. Honey, I'm fine now, you can relax." And the man thanks the neighbor, saying, "Thank you, neighbor, if it weren't for you, she wouldn't be here." The neighbor then says goodbye and leaves as if nothing happened. The next day, they are kissing at the sink, until someone knocks on the door and the guy gets under the sink pretending to fix the plumbing, and the fat man comes over and says, "Neighbor?" You hear again, and his wife says, "Hi honey, are you home early today?" "I did, I was released early," and she says the pipe was broken and leaking a lot of water and I called the neighbor to fix it. The neighbor then says, "Hello neighbor, your pipe was defective, but you can rest assured that I have fixed and replaced everything that needed to be replaced." The fat husband is suspicious and says, "The funny thing is that I fixed this sink last week, and it seems that it is the same way." The other guy says, "No neighbor, there must be some mistake on your part, because it was damaged and I fixed it." And the man says, "Anyway neighbor, thank you very much." They then say goodbye and the neighbor leaves as if he was not having an affair with his married neighbor. This is a very sad thing, because his joy is to see the unhappiness of the other. Your husband is very suspicious, because he fixed this plumbing a short time ago and it is already bad again. He is sure that there is no problem with the plumbing, and he finds it very strange to meet again with his neighbor in his house, just when he is out of the house. This is a situation that really bothers him a lot and generates some doubts, but he can't say anything because he has no proof of anything. The next day, the couple is in the kitchen and the girl is preparing his favorite breakfast. He then gets very happy and says, "Wow, honey, you are wearing this shirt that I love." And she says, "Your favorite shirt too, right?" And she says, "Later honey, now I am a little tired. It can be later today, after I get home from work." And he doesn't like it obviously, and they sit down to have breakfast together. When he is leaving for his workday he says, "Honey, tonight after work, we will have a meeting, so I think I will be a little later, okay?" She talks to her husband because he is missing her at some moments, and proposes to him to do some things at this time, but she avoids him as much as possible, because she doesn't want his company. But the neighbors, she can't have him around, so every approach he tries, she dodges. She doesn't want contact at all. When he leaves for work is the happiest time of her day. You can see the expressions on her face how excited she is, because Fernando is about to arrive, since her. And she replies, "No problem honey, have a good job and a good day." He then heads to his car and drives calmly to work. He doesn't seem to suspect anything, but in fact, he is planning something. After the man leaves for work, his wife picks up the phone and speaks, "Hi Fernando, you can come now. The hoard of my husband has already gone. You can rest assured that he is clean and waiting for you." The boy seems to be returning to his residence. He did not go to work and is planning something. He then keeps looking from afar and sees his neighbor arrive and enter his house. Soon after his neighbor left, they then run to the room and begin to hold each other in the meantime. They can't imagine what will happen. The person who cheats plans everything perfectly. Well, at least that's what the person thinks, but she acts on emotion and does nothing right. They plan everything to not be discovered. In this case, the two are coupling in bed and not even imagine that the man entered the house and is suspicious of everything. He really is very intrigued by the situation of your neighbor come to your house every single day. He goes into the room slowly, because he doesn't want to scare anyone and wants to surprise them. He acts cool when he sees the situation that hurts you. The overcoming of this guy will be the most difficult, but when you go through this phase of termination you also go through a learning process, and that's when we should focus and move on. The man is slowly arriving at the house without them realizing that he has arrived. They are picking up until the girl speaks. Wait a minute, I don't think I locked the door, and he says, don't worry about it, let's go, he won't come now. The fat guy slowly arrives at the door of his room that now has another man on the bed. He will not be happy at all with what he will see. For sure this will be very sad for him. He then observes the whole situation and decides to act coldly before this by hiding in one of the rooms. They don't even realize that he is there until the girl says, I'll have to check if I locked the door or not, and he then grumbles, really, what a drag, huh? She is really worried about the door of her house. She can't imagine what is about to happen when she goes to lock it. She will regret for the rest of her life for not having locked this door. The moment she goes to see the door, her husband is already waiting for them in the living room and applauds and says, congratulations, the neighbor is spectacular, right? One day he takes care of the plumbing, another day he takes care of you on the couch. Congratulations, neighbor, you are a superman, a hero, you have several functions, one of them is to be a jerk. Looking here, there is no explanation. I saw everything there in the room and there is no way you can tell me anything, but I will take action now. You're shameless. I will get you and kick you out of my house. You are not examples of people. How to have the courage to come here at home every day and act like this, behind my back. It is sad to see that the person I sleep is the least reliable person in my life. Get you too and get out of here. She still tries to explain herself and says, honey, calm down, I can explain. The fat husband then says, calm down, nothing, get out of here, and she still tries to play with his head and says, baby, and my exams, I need to find out what I have. That day I was having a bad day, we need to find out, and he says, don't worry, our neighbor is a doctor and he will help you. The man also calls her to hand over her pregnancy test and says, here is your pregnancy test, come and get it, and take care of it, big buddy, and she excitedly says, baby, we are going to have a baby, really? And he angrily answers, no, not us, you are going to have a baby, I haven't slept with you for over 8 months, now take you two and be happy. And she turns to her neighbor and says, look how beautiful, love, now we can build our family. He turns and says, family with you never, I will build a family with my girlfriend who is waiting for me at home. With you I don't even want contact, much less with this baby. If you turn around you and this child, I'm leaving. She chose her life. When you betray someone, you betray knowing the consequences, and in this girl's case, the consequences came all at once. To betray someone is to throw away millions of new opportunities to be happy. It's to ruin all the respect and love that you fought to get. It's throwing out the window an opportunity, maybe the only one, to be fully happy. The person who cheats is a person condemned to failure always. She cheats when things are good, throwing away this moment of happiness, and she cheats when things are bad, because many times she herself contributed to things getting to this point. Things will never be fully happy, because she will have to live with the ghost of betrayal. Either betrayal made by the person herself, or betrayal received from another person. One day, when the betrayal is discovered, the tables may turn and you may find yourself repenting and much more in love than before. This is when things will be completely different. The person you have betrayed will never forget what you have done. They will live with the doubt, and one day they will want to do the same thing in order to have the feeling of exchange, of relief. Thus, it becomes a vicious circle, where betrayed and betrayers will never be happy. Before cheating, end a relationship. Exit it with all the love and respect it once deserved, and even if it hurts, it will be worthy of great memories.